So in this exercise, we're going to learn about the if function. So using if, the result of a conditional formula is determined by the state of a specific condition or the answer to a logical question. And the if function sets up a conditional statement to test data. So an if formula returns one value if the condition you specify is true, and another value if it's false. The if function requires the following syntax. So if, parentheses, logical test, value if true, and value if false. So let's click on the performance tab of our Fabricam bonus file. Click on cell G5. Before I do that, I'm going to go back and fill in back office bonus rate using HLOOKUP. We did VLOOKUP in class. Actually, in F5, what we're going to do, we are going to use VLOOKUP again. Type VLOOKUP. Since we have already set up our named ranges, we'll put VLOOKUP, parentheses, B5. So that's our lookup value. Bonus. And that's our table array name. We talked about this in class. And then we're going to put 3. 3 is our column number that we're referencing in the named range, or in the table array. So 1%. So since Richard Carey has worked for Fabricam for 12 years, he will fall in between 10 and 15, so he will be at 1%. And we will take this all the way down. Now we can move on to the if function. So let's go to G5 again. So in the functions library group, in formulas, click logical and click if. So I'm going to go to our logical, click if. In the logical test box, so what is our logical test? Type D5 is greater than or equal to C5. So if we look at it over here, so we have D5 has to be greater than or equal to C5. So we want actual cells should be greater than or equals to our cell's goal. So value if true. What are we going to tell it to tell us if it's true? We're going to say yes. So it'll return yes. Value if false, I'm going to click no. So once you have D5 is greater than or equal to C5, we put in yes, and then value if false is no. and you can click tab, the tab key, and it'll tell you that for this cell it's going to tell you no. And you can take this and stretch it all the way down, fill it in. So now in cell H5, type equals if I'm going to click on this so the box, well, let's do this again. Go up and do recently used if. So this time we're going to reference our if statement from the previous cell, and you're going to do this on one of your assignments, so pay attention. So G5 right here equals, and you put quotations, yes, our value of true. What are we going to do for our value if it's true? We're going to tell it to multiply E5, so multiply our individual bonus rate times D5, which is our actual cells. D5. So our bonus rate times our actual cells. And if it's false, if it doesn't match, then we're just going to put 0. They're not going to get a bonus. Click OK. So since it says no, he doesn't get a bonus. We'll stretch this down. So Mr. David Ortiz, his bonus is $87,500, because if you notice, his actual sales were $3,500,000. His goal was $3,375,000, and his bonus rate is 2.5% of his sales. So let's go to I5. And let's type it this time. Equals if, and our logical test is going to be, I'm going to do $sign. So we're making an absolute reference. G $12. So if G12, so if G12 equals yes, if that's true, then we want to do F5, so our back office bonus rate times D5, so times our cells, and if it's not true, so value of false is going to be 0. So close a parenthesis. So we can stretch this down. And what we need to do, we need to go back to G and stretch this down all the way through the totals row. So no, we did not get a bonus. The whole company did not meet the sales goal. So since our back office bonus is based on our entire total for the company, then we did not get a bonus. So what we're going to pretend, that a pending sale went through. So in D5, so Richard Carey, we're going to change his actual sales. So a pending sale of 700,000 went through. So he gets bumped up to 3,900,000. And so that changes the entire picture now. We put that amount in there. So now we have met our goal. And that is going to be, that'll give some of our individuals a back office bonus. So here in goal achieved, if you notice that our formatting changed, since we drug our formula all the way down here, we want to actually go to fill without formatting. But since we already changed it, it's too late now. So let's see if we can go back. Remember, we can do autofill options, fill without formatting. And now we kept our formatting all the way across this row. And then we can go back and change this number to 3,900,000.